rolling. Action.
Oh,
Okay.
we need the clapper at the ready, actually.
Oh, you got a clapper?
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Camera rolling, audio's rolling. Take one, scene one. Action.
So if you want to start off by saying your name and who you are, just a brief explanation of who you are and what you do.
Right. Yeah, started.
Go.
Right, I'm Alan Gerard. I'm the owner of the Art Bay Gallery in Fenton. I'm also a bit of a campaign leader in Fenton, I suppose. My wife and I led the campaign to save the town hall a few years ago. There was an issue with the Ministry of Justice who were selling the building off, and we, along with members of the community, set up a campaign to challenge the ministry so that we could hopefully get the building back to the community and save a wonderful First World War memorial that's in there as well. We've run a campaign to launch a town council in the town as well, which nearly came off. So we've done a few things in the town over the years, and I'm also a native of the town as well. So Fenton's very close to my heart.
How does it sound? Can you just go for a second?
That's good.
Okay. Scene two, take one. Action.
Okay, so how did I get involved with the campaign?
And how many people were involved?
Well, we heard about the Ministry of Justice selling the building in about 2012, 2013, and at the time David Cameron was announcing that so many £1 million was being spent on refurbishing World War I memorials around the country. And it was obvious that Fenton's Great War Memorial was in jeopardy. There was a real possibility that it could be demolished alongside the town hall. And obviously as a native of Fenton as well, and I think I have relatives on that memorial, it was really important to me to try and save not only the building but the memorial. Now this city is known as the Six Towns, so there's also the issue that if Fenton loses its town hall, then it's no longer the Six Towns. The concept of the Six Towns dies as well. So in a wider sense, it was crucial really that we tried to save the town hall for the sake of the city. So I think that's why I got involved. It was a whole regenerational issue. I think that appealed to many people in Fenton. I think we had a few meetings, and in the course of a few weeks we had about between 50 and 100 people actively involved in a petition signing exercise, and we raised about 10,000 signatures over a period of 6 months, which we took down to 10 Downing Street, and we actually submitted to David Cameron, and we got the likes of Stephen Fry, Ben Elton supporting that. There was the whole Blackadder connotation, you know, which we brought in. That was quite helpful. So there were a few promotional things that we did to support it, and we did put real pressure on the ministry to give the community a chance in taking on the town hall, because that was the idea. We wanted a community-run town hall that would benefit not just Fenton but the whole of the city. So that's where we were coming from, and it was successful actually, because I think it was December or January 2014, 2015, the ministry did offer the building back to the City Council for £1. But unfortunately, the previous administration declined that offer. So there was nowhere else to go. So from our perspective, we did actually succeed, but you can't account for some people's actions, can you, at the end of the day? So, yeah, that was the town hall campaign, yeah.
Okay, should we code there? Just give me a minute. Okay, is it in the shot?
Rolling. No, it's fine.
What? Okay, I'm ready.
You comfortable?
Where's the clapper?
You rolling? Yeah. That's right. Yeah, very good. Scene 3, take 1. Action.
Okay. I think where we want to go with it, the end goal, if you like, is to have a situation where the people of Fenton are making a greater amount of decisions for themselves. It's the way Stoke-on-Trent runs. It's a very top-down method of regenerating a city, where decisions are centralised. They come from the civic centre in Stoke, and regeneration decisions are made for each of the towns from a central point. What we'd like to see is each of the towns having their own local councils, where people in those towns make a greater amount of regenerations decisions themselves. And that's certainly what we'd like to see in Fenton. We know that, for instance, if at the time of the town hall situation, the problem we had with the town hall, if we'd have had our own Fenton Town Council, there's no way we wouldn't have taken on the town hall from the Ministry of Justice. If they'd have offered that back to a Fenton Town Council would have accepted that from the ministry, and that would have been running, that building would have been running for the sake of the community of Fenton. So that's where we'd like to be ultimately. We'd like to have, or I certainly would, and I know many people in Fenton would like to have a town council, a local council for Fenton. Also, the thing to say is, and I'm not sure how much research you've done about Fenton, but Fenton's like Stoke-on-Trent in microcosm. Stoke-on-Trent's a very linear city, polycentric. You've got these 6 towns hanging off a linear route based on the sort of coal mining areas. And Fenton's a bit like that. You won't find a traditional town centre in Fenton like you would do in Stoke or Burslem or Tunstall. There's no town centre in Fenton. What you do have is a linear route running through the town and small micro communities hanging off it, like Heron Cross and Fen Park and so on. And one goal really in Fenton is to bring all those communities together, and it's a bit of a problem in Fenton because it is very strung out, and other towns don't have that problem. So regeneration in Fenton is it is more difficult, I think. Yeah, so.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Rolling.
You're rolling.
Rolling.
Alright. Scene 8, take 1. Action.
Would be great for more people to get involved, actually, from all parts of Fenton, from all walks of life of Fenton. Younger people especially, it would be great, because a lot of young people don't tend to get involved in meetings and things like that. So, I mean, we've got a very good social media. We've got a good Facebook page called Our Fenton, which we've got several thousand members on, so people can make contributions in that way. And we try and organise fairly regular. We're about to organise some more meetings soon about the library, for example. When the town hall, when we were campaigning for the town hall, we had lots of open meetings. So, I mean, people can get involved. People can pop into the gallery. People do pop into the gallery. That's one way of getting to know about what's going on. We do put all the stuff out on the Our Fenton Facebook page. And then there are notices for certain meetings and things like that. But I think there are lots of opportunities, and we would welcome people getting involved. Sometimes it's very often the same people that come to the community association meetings. Sorry, I used to work in tourism. That's where that came from. So we have community association meetings in different parts of Fenton, so people can feed into that. As well as I say, popping in here and particular meetings that we arrange about specific subjects. So yeah, it's easily accessible, I'd say.
Okay,
Perfect.
got.
Thank you very much.
Right, we rolling. Okay. Cheryl, take 4. Scene.
Action. Okay, so what is your name and what do you do?
My name's Cheryl Gerard and I run the Art Bay Gallery in Fenton, and we are very involved with community activities and events as well, so quite involved with the Community Association and other groups within the town of Fenton.
Great.
Alright, cut.
So
Okay.
Okay. Scene 5, take 1. Action.
I think it's really important. We live in Fenton, children, grandchildren, parents, parents-in-laws, all live in Fenton. And I just think it's really important that we get involved in the community, that we fight for things in the community that aren't right, that we help people within the community who can't help themselves. Well, it's just, to me, it's just something that is part of life, and we should all really be helping each other as much as we can, and you know, saving our heritage. I think it's important to have a sense of pride in your community.
Scene 6, take 1. Action.
We opened the gallery 10 years ago, I suppose purely by chance in a way. I'm not an artist, neither is my husband, but previously we were working with small businesses, small bands. We were producing sort of merchandise, and it just kind of, we were asked by some of these people, can you do printing, can you do other things? And we used to walk past this building, because we live not far away, every day virtually, and it had been empty for quite some time, and Alan kept saying that would make a really good gallery, and we just went for it really. So it was kind of, we just kind of fell into it almost, and we've learned a lot over the last 10 years. We've tried all kinds of things, all kinds of art, and I mean, over the recent years really, we've sort of developed, I suppose, a kind of niche in terms of local depictions and helping local artists, amateur artists mainly, to show their work and hopefully sell their work.
Okay, cool.
thank you.
like a moment. Just
No, no, that's all right. I'll just go on, and you can always edit it however you want it anyway. But yeah, no. If I think about it too much, it's worse.
Sometimes it's better to capture
Yeah, yeah.
something when it's authentic
Yeah.
as possible.
Are we ready? You rolling?
I'm ready, you go.
Are you comfy?
I'll manage.
Are you rolling? Alright. Scene 7, take 1. Action.
Oh, favourite thing about Fenton? That's quite a hard one, actually. I've got lots of favourite things. I suppose the people is probably, that's my favourite thing, or if you like. I think it's a lovely community where we live, and obviously we've got lots of friends and family that live in Fenton. However, I think the heritage buildings that we've got in Fenton are fantastic. I do get frustrated at the way we have to fight actually for to retain these buildings, but we have retained the town hall now. The building that we're in now was built as Lloyds Bank. Amazing building. I think the architecture of Fenton is great. And actually, it's not just this square, but it's like a small Stoke-on-Trent, Fenton. It's spread quite a long way, and there's lots of different things going on in different parts of Fenton. I couldn't say a particular favourite. There's just lots of different things that go on in Fenton. I'm looking forward to the library being reopened as well, so that we can have lots of things going on in there and lots of community events, and try and get more events going on. We've got beautiful parks in Fenton, so there's no problem going for lovely walks. It's really hard to pick, actually. Yeah.
That's
Okay,
great.
Carl.
Thank you.